Greetings, Princeps and Moderati. Let me welcome you to my small lecture on the Warmaster Heavy Battle Titan. While you're listening, you can polish your God Engine's armor panels, rework internal cablings, or grab a glass of Amasec and rest your feet from a long day's work. I want to go through a general overview, the command terminal, the weaponry, the battlefield roles, and my personal opinion on this monster of a Titan. So, let us start with the Warmaster Heavy Battle Titan. During the dark days of the Horus Heresy, oaths were broken and allegiances betrayed. Entire Titan legions turned upon each other to bring wreck and ruin to countless worlds. The darkest depths of the Collegia Titanicus Titan Legion vaults were opened and the deadliest and most destructive God engines deployed. Among their number was the Warmaster Heavy Battle Titan. The Warmaster Heavy Battle Titan stands 41 meter or 134 feet high, is piloted by 1 Princeps and 6 Moderati, and bring death, destruction and ruin wherever he will go. In the game of Adeptus Titanicus, the Warmaster Heavy Battle Titan's command terminal is one of the biggest so far. He got a scale of 12, clocks in at 850 points without his weapons, got a command check of 3 up, ballistic skill of 3 up, weapon skill of 5 up, a speed of 4 or boosted 6 inches, 1 or boosted 3 maneuvers, and 6 servitor clades on board. He got a plasma reactor of 8 holes and a void shield generator of 7. He's equipped with an Ardex defense cannon that shoots at smaller enemies in its front and rear arc. He got a special slot for a reactor to boost his plasma venting capacity or his speed. And he's an auxiliary Titan, so that you can't field that much of those machines on the battlefield. The Warmaster Titan can field the Revelator missile launcher in his carapace, the Suzerain class plasma destructor on his arms, and on his small shoulder mounts, Apocalypse missile launcher arrays, plasma blast guns, turbo laser destructors, Vulcan megabolters, inferno guns, or melter cannons. The weapons are as follows. The Revelator missile launcher on his carapace clocks in at 50 points and is a mandatory equipment choice so far. It got a maximum range of 48 inches and on the long range between 24 and 48 it got a +1 to hit modifier, 3 dice, a strength of 8, and the traits Carapace, Concussive, limited to 4 shots, and Ordnance in the corridor arc. A good weapon while you're on the move to your enemy, but due to the traits, I think it's not the weapon that should strip shields like on other Carapace mounted missile launcher weapons, cause you can switch and turn around your enemy due to the concussive trait. The limited to 4 shots is kind of an oddball, cause you need to strip shields before this weapon triggers really. But if a game only got 4 rounds and you didn't shot this weapon one of those rounds and left with 1 rocket in the magazine at the end of the game, you got some potential lost. The Suzerain class plasma destructor on the Warmaster's arm with 70 points each a range of 30 and its short range of 16 with a +1 modifier. 3 dice, strength 11, the fusion trait if you drain your reactor, and the maximal fire trait in the front arc. These are the so far standard weaponry on the Warmaster's arms, and as far as I can tell, a good weapon to destroy enemy titans. The maximal fire bonus of +2 strength when you activate it is a good thing to hit even warlords or other warmasters harder. If you need the fusion on the short range, I don't think so. If you already got a strength of 11, I don't think you need a D10 to roll the damage. This is a thing that sometimes can get into play if you shoot at some structures like buildings with a high strength value, or maybe warlord or other warmaster class titans. But even the Warmaster is damaged on each body location with at least strength 13, and so the base strength of the Suzerain Plasma Destructor and the maximal fire bonus is enough to hit him there. Next up, the shoulder mounted weapons, where you got some choice to mix and match. The Apocalypse Missile Launcher with 10 points, with 30-inch short, and due to the long range modifier of +1, a good artillery weapon with 3 dice, strength 4. The barrage trait in the front arc is better than a Warlord's Apocalypse Missile Launcher regarding the arc, but it got only 3 dice, so it's 2 dice less than the Reaver Titan's Apocalypse Missile Launcher, but the cheapest shoulder weapon option with 10 points. And keep in mind, if your hit location die shows the special, one of those shoulder mounted weapons is hit, so you prevent the enemy from hitting the body as much as on other titans. The Apocalypse Missile Launcher is good for stripping shields on long range, but not that good as other equivalents due to the low dice count. The Plasma Blast Gun, 40 points each. 8-inch short range and up to a long range of 24, a +1 to hit modifier with 2 dice, strength 8, the blast 3-inch template, and a maximal fire trait in the front arc. The Plasma Blast Gun is an interesting thing, cause we are used to Plasma Blast Guns with a -1 to hit on the long range, but this one on the Warmaster got a +1 to hit, so it is a reliable weapon on longer ranges, and the maximal fire trait got it even to a strength 10 weapon. The downside is that this weapon can't make targeted attacks, so kinda a double-edged sword. The Turbo Laser Destructor, up to 32 inches no hit modifier, 30 points apiece with 2 dice, strength 8, and the Shield Bane if you drain your reactor in the front arc. Just your basic Turbo Laser Destructor as on each Warhound arm or on the Reaver's Carapace mount. Nothing special here, as always, jack of all trade, a bit of punch, a bit of additional shield stripping capacity, but nothing more to mention. The Vulcan Mega Bolter Array. 8 inches short range with a +1 modifier, up to 20 inches long range, 20 points, 6 dice, strength 4, rapid fire trait in the front arc. Your basic Vulcan Mega Bolter, like you're used to on a Warhound Scout Titan. Nothing special here, just double the points like on a Warhound. Is it a good weapon? I don't know. It got good shield stripping capacity on up to 20 inches, but maybe not the best weapon if you want to damage your enemy. The Inferno Gun, 25 points. The Flamestorm template, 3 dice, strength 7, Firestorm trait in the front arc. I don't know which lunatic got the idea to mount Flamestorm weapons on shoulders of a gigantic 41-meter high engine of destruction, but you got the ability, and maybe on the closest range up to 8 inches, it got the potential to strip some shields due to the automated hits, or even with strength 7 get some damage done. I'm ambivalent if you need this weapon, but if you fielded a Warmaster with this weaponry and got good results, please let us know in the comments. Last weapon on the shoulders is the Melter Cannon. Up to 16 inches, no hit modifier, 30 points apiece, 1 dice, strength 10, blast template of 3 inch, the fusion trait and the front arc as an firing arc. The Melter Cannon is 1 strength less than those on the Reaver Titan's arms. Is it a good weapon? I don't know. The problem is that you can't make targeted attacks due to the blast template. The fusion is fun if you're up close and you got a D10 to your base strength 10, but you don't need it. It's only 16 inches. I don't think for 30 points it's reliable enough. Let us talk about the reactors. There are 2 possibilities. One is the plasmatic locomotors, which gain +1 speed, but if you boost your speed or your maneuvers, you got a -2 to hit modifier. I don't think this is very useful, cause you got only 1 maneuver, and maybe if you need to position your Warmaster better, you often need to boost your maneuvers, and then he can't even hit a head block, even if it's just right in front of him. The Infusive Supercoolant is the better choice, I think. It gives you the opportunity to vent plasma on a 2-up in a damage control phase and then is discarded. Yes, only once per game, but if you play this machine plasma heavy, pushing your speed, your maneuvers, using the Suzerain class Plasma Destructor fusion trait, or get some unlucky shots with Maximo Fire, maybe using the Plasma Blast Guns in the shoulder with Maximo Fire, or the Turbo Laser Destructors with Shield Bane, something like this, you heat up really fast, and if you get 1 critical moment where you can release the heat at 2-up, I think it's very, very good. The battlefield roles, as I think, are the Bruiser, the Hammer, and the Warden. For the upcoming explanation, keep in mind that I don't like to mix and match the shoulder-mounted weapons that much, so I regularly don't like to field a missile launcher in conjunction with an Inferno gun or stuff like this. I like to keep the weapons in their kinda role and range limitation at the same, or even like to field dual shoulder mount weapons. The Bruiser can be equipped with the Inferno gun, the Melter Cannon, and the Vulcan Mega Bolter. This one is, as a concept, built to engage the enemy at the shortest ranges, and therefore it got the Inferno gun to strip shields or dish out damage on Titans that are not protected by any void shields anymore. He can strip shields with the Vulcan Mega Bolter on ranges up to 20-inch, or even damage smaller chassis like maybe a Warhound Titan that tries to sneak around him. And the Melter Cannon is the one weapon that he can use to dish out even more punch in conjunction to the Suzerain class Plasma Destructors. This got the drawback that it's not that maneuverable and it's not that fast, so you got the highest potential only in the late game up to round 4 or from round 2 to 3 when your enemy is very, very fast and comes too close to you. The Hammer. The one Titan that dishes out damage as hell on a mid-range. He can be fielded with a Plasma Blast Gun and the Turbo Laser Destructor. The Plasma Blast Gun is a good addition to the Suzerain class Plasma Destructor due to like the same possibility of the maximal fire bonus. The Plasma Blast Gun in this case on the Warmaster got a +1 to hit from 8 to 24 inches, so it's very reliable to hit on a 2 up, and if you field 2 Plasma Blast Guns you can hit the enemy 4 times, 2 times on a separate location each. The Turbo Laser Destructor in this case is the weapon to make targeted attacks or maybe strip 1 or 2 last remaining shields on enemy Titans if you want to damage them later with a Suzerain class Plasma Destructor. The Hammer is a good thing if you field Titans that strip shields in conjunction to the Warmaster, like a Corsair Maniple with many Apocalypse Missile Launchers, or maybe a Lupercal Light Maniple with many Warhounds that got double bolters, or at least each machine get 1 bolter to get rid of the shields, where this variant of the Warmaster can get some problems. The third possibility is the Warden. He can field Apocalypse Missile Launcher arrays in the shoulders and or the Turbo Laser Destructors. Yes, even this class can field the weapon, but the battlefield role is totally different. He tries to stay away as far as he can from the enemy. The Suzerain class Plasma Destructor got a range of 30, and he tries to get around somewhere in 24 to 30 inches to the enemy he tries to engage, and therefore the Turbo Laser Destructor is a possibility to get high value damage or shield stripping on this range, or the Apocalypse Missile Launcher array. The Warden is always the supporting Titan in your battle group if you got some Titans like Warhounds or Reavers that are really fast, go up close, and the Warmaster can stay behind and pick out valuable targets when you stripped shields or maybe crippled the enemy so far that the Warmaster can get the finishing shots. So, my personal opinion on the Warmaster Heavy Battle Titan. I fielded him in some games. I am not sure if he's worth the point cost, but you can build on him and do some special things in your battle group with him. He is indeed a symbol of faith, or if you go traitor, a symbol of wrath. He is the one god engine that your opponent can't ignore in a game. He got a very high profile and the weapons are that high up from the ground that he can look above most of the terrain pieces. He got a high strength output and a decent number of dice available. He needs to be dealt with, or he would deal with the enemy. In addition, he is as big that he blocks line of sight for your Titans. need to secure a Reaver Titan, a Warhound Titan, or maybe the silhouette from the side of a Warlord class Titan, just put him behind the Warmaster and the enemy can get at best shots with a -2 to hit modifier. The damage control phase is no problem for the Warmaster Titan due to his 6 servitors, and with some sneaky shenanigans like the augmented servitor clades, you can boost it even to 7 servitors, or maybe you field him with Astorum, where you get the servitor rerolls on machines that are scale 10 and bigger. You're in a good position to play this god engine very plasma heavy, and in addition with the infusive super coolant, you are very safe and don't need to worry about heated reactors. The Warmaster Battle Titan got very high armor values. All the weapons are only damaged at 12 up. The body parts are only damaged at 13 up. The only problems are the shoulder weapons with just 10 up. But you just have to reach this high strength value with weapons, and so the Warmaster is very hard to bring down, and I think it needs at least a Warlord class Titan with his high strength volcano cannons or the Ariok Power Claw to wound this machine reliable. In conjunction to this, the Warmaster is the first Titan that got 4 critical hit conditions in each separate body part, so you need even more damage to bring this one down. If you combine the Warmaster Heavy Battle Titan with the right Legio that fits your game style, I think you can do great things with this machine. I played it the last games on 2000 point games in conjunction to a Lupercal light demi-maniple, small, not too cost-intensive machines on Legio Furion. The Warmaster was equipped with an additional hunting auspex, so the targeted shots are even better than before, and I'm fine of fielding the Warden class with this Legio. Maybe, as mentioned before, you want to go Astorum and use the first and second round additional boosted speed bonus and the servitor rerolls to bring up a bruiser or a hammer into the center of the battlefield really fast, or something like Legio Mordaxis, where you can increase the templates sizes of the plasma blast guns if you want to go hammer variant and up close damage dealing in your enemy's face. What do you think about the Warmaster Heavy Battle Titan? Have you already fielded him or in a game? Do you like games where he can be fielded up to 2000 points, or do you think this machine is only reliable at game sizes from 4000 points and up? Let us know in the comments below, and not forget to leave a like on this video. If you want to support us further in the effort of bringing you the best Adeptus Titanicus content on the whole internet, you can support Team Titanicorn on Patreon/Titanicorn with a small pledge there and unlock bonuses for you, like early access, pics of ongoing battle report recording sessions, and the possibility to influence the further content. So we would be very pleased to welcome you there on the Patreon page, and every kind of support is highly appreciated. We see us in the next video. Till then, keep on wargaming!